How is everybody tonight? Did you have a good week last week? I know, I was off for a whole week. Haven't done that in years. But we're ready to get back with it tonight. We've got a pair of breaks, Immaculate Basketball, Bowman Chrome Baseball. We do have some teams available in Immaculate Basketball. We'll go over those here in a few minutes. We're going to go over our other info first, and then we'll talk about what teams are available if you are looking to pick one up in Immaculate Basketball. I just realized I left the iPad. I can't see chat. Look what happens when you give me a week off. I'm going to let you look at this for a second, and I'm going to go grab the iPad. Yeah, see, I can't be trusted to take days off and then remember everything, can I? All right, so feedback automated on eBay. Anytime you leave positive feedback from me, you are instantly going to get the same in return, thanks to the wonders of automation. Second thing there, of course, is just to say thank you. Always appreciate you being here, bidding, breaking, chatting, and hanging out with me. I am not seeing chat quite yet. I'm still getting everything loaded, but I'll see it here in a minute. We are taking a look next at what's coming up in the days ahead. So tomorrow night, it's Leaf Autograph Mini Football Helmets. It's a half case break, and it's going to be break number 5 of that, the start of a brand new case. Then we'll do Triple Threads Baseball. It's a 9-box inner case. And we'll do a little Prism Draft Picks Basketball in a half case break, and that is the start of a new case. On Wednesday night, we're going to start really early, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, Hoops Basketball. 10 boxes makes up a half case. I know, right? There's, so many cards in that break. As a result, Veteran Base will not ship to the teams. It has a separate bidding category. You can find out more info about that in the listing description. On Thursday, we're going to break Phoenix Football by the Master Case. That's a 16-box Master Case, and that is, I believe, the last of the Phoenix Football that I have, unless I find some more, which occasionally I do. And if you're wondering what is a Master Case, 2 8-box inner cases make up a Master Case. Friday is the release date of Flawless Basketball. We'll do a 1-box half case break of that. We'll do another 12-box case of Prism Football the same night. On Saturday night, we'll come in and finish up the case of that Hoops Basketball that we start on its release night, which is Wednesday night. We'll roll in and finish it on Saturday. That night, we'll start at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. And same as in the first break, Veteran Base doesn't go to the teams. It has its own bidding category. Here's what you need to know for tonight. We don't have any free shipping breaks tonight. Everything is a paid shipping break. Expecting it to be out the door on the way to you a Thursday, maybe before that, but shouldn't be any later than that. And if you go blah, 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 blah. If you do not pull a card and you go without pulling anything, not a base card, not one single thing, you are still entitled to a consolation card or cards. Since these are paid shipping breaks, those will be sent out to you when the rest of the break ships. So that's how that goes. I think that's all the info that you need for that. I'm going to bring you back to me for a second. I'm going to see where we stand on these teams that were unpaid a moment ago. We'll see if they're still unpaid. If they are, you're going to have an opportunity here to pick some of them up if you would like. And yeah, of course, all 3 are unpaid. You always know. If they haven't paid by a certain amount of time, you just know they're not going to pay you. So we are looking for homes for the Portland Trail Blazers, the Toronto Raptors, and the Indiana Pacers. Those are our unpaid teams in this break. So who has an interest in picking up the Blazers, the Raptors, and the Pacers? That's where we need to find homes. Pacers and the Raptors are both from the same bidder. So I would need to find a bidder, find someone who... We need to sell both of those teams, in other words. The Trailblazers is a completely separate bidder, so if that goes, it goes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Juan, you're asking about the Raptors. The last bid on eBay for the Raptors was 81, but as you know, when we get to this point in the night, when it's chat time to move some teams, I'm open to reasonably close offers. But the Blazers last sold on eBay for $58 and some change. The Raptors sold at 81. The Pacers sold at 51. None of those three have been paid for. So hi, Mickey, by the way, and hi, Chad, and hi, Joe. Joe, you said you're interested in the Pacers, okay? And Jack, you're asking about the Blazers. They sold on eBay for 58 and some change, so you may as well say 58 is what they more or less sold for. So if you're interested, let me know. If somebody wants to make a reasonable offer, I will entertain that as well. I'm not talking about like half that price or whatever, but something close to that we could work with. So Raptors and Blazers and Pacers. I need to find homes for all of the above. While you all are thinking about that for a minute, I'm going to come over here and start marking these in on the spreadsheet, if you'll give me a second here, so that I know what's going on with them. It figures, right? First night back, we get hit with 3 unpaid, all out of one break. And the bad thing is there's like twice as much time to pay as normal tonight, because when I listed all this, I didn't account for the time change. So everybody had tons of time to pay tonight, and they still don't manage to get them paid. Crazy, right? But it happens. It happens. All right. So, you are asking, Joe, all right, you're in on the Pacers at 43 at the moment. B. Duncan, you're asking what time does the break start? We'll do Immaculate Basketball as soon as I find a home for these 3 teams. We're ready to go with it as soon as we get these 3 teams set up. And D. Wally, you're offering 50 for the Blazers, okay? So D. Wally's got the high offer right now on the Blazers at 50, and Joe has got the high offer on the Pacers at 43. That leaves the Raptors that need a home. Does anybody want to give the Raptors a home? Bowman Chrome will break as soon as we do Immaculate Basketball, which we will do as soon as we can find a home for our last team here. So right now, D. Wally, you've got the Blazers at 50. Joe, you've got the Pacers at 43. I need to find a home for the Raptors. So who can help me out here and give the Raptors a forever home, so we can get rolling on this? Oh gosh, Juan, that's like half of what they sold for. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the offer for sure, but they did sell at 81 on eBay, so I would like to get a little bit more than that for them. I understand that we're kind of in a crunch here trying to get them sold, but that's a little less than what I want to do. And it looks like in the meantime, we have gotten some of this paid. So maybe the delay helps us out a little bit. I just refreshed it real quickly here. I was going to go in and cancel some stuff. And it looks like now we've got the Pacers are paid. The Raptors are paid. It leaves us just with the Trailblazers that are unpaid. And I believe D. Wally, you are in at 50 for that. So those are going to be all yours, my friend. So let me give you my PayPal info. And D. Wally, this is for you for the Blazers at 50. If you will send it to the PayPal, the email that I'm typing in there is my PayPal email. I do not check that for correspondence, guys, at all, ever. So if you need me to have a conversation with me, it's always going to need to be through eBay, because I really do not ever check that other email. Meanwhile, all right, hang on a second. Let's go back and try to get Blazers here updated. And D. Wally, you are still with us, right? Just making sure here that you are. I've got the spreadsheet updated. I need to get us canceled out here on eBay for that first one. Meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and let you all look at this. course, we went over our other spreadsheet information a moment ago, but I'm going to go ahead and let you take a look at our team info while I am closing out the last of this here on eBay so we can get ourselves rolling on down the road. Oh, shoot. Sorry, I clicked the wrong thing. Just 1 second. D. Wally, you are good to go. Thank you, friend. I appreciate you. And I am right now getting it all canceled out on eBay. And we are ready to rock and roll. Yay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so there you go. This, of course, everything we're opening tonight ended tonight on eBay, which is Monday night, the 4th of November. And second chance, of course, there went to Diwali for the Blazers. Thank you, sir, for picking those up. And then the other teams we were trying to find a home for actually ended up getting paid while we were working on that. So we are officially ready to go. One last little thing here that you are going to notice is that I am going to change up our focus a little bit. The background is going to go out of focus a tad. Please don't be worried by that. That is intentional. It lets us look at everything. Oops, gosh, sorry. Up a little bit closer than we might otherwise be able to. Oh, Jeffrey, sorry, my friend. Looks like we're already closed out there on that particular deal with the Blazers. Yeah, D. Wally already picked those up. I appreciate the offer, though, man. But we are already gave them out to D. Wally. But as always, appreciate the interest and the willingness to jump in there and do it. You guys are rock stars when it comes to helping us out when people bid and don't pay, which, you know, happens. Let's get the last one out of there. And for those of you waiting on Bowman Chrome, it won't be long. Immaculate Basketball is a 1-pack per box kind of break, so it shouldn't be too awfully long. And we'll be going into some Bowman Chrome. No, Juan, I actually do have more Immaculate Basketball. I'm a little bit slow on breaking things right now, as many of you know, because I took that week off. So I'm breaking some things that came out a while ago. And as always, continuing to mix in things that I have in large quantities. I kind of mix them in along the way, often well after they've been released. We keep a few around for fun, as was the case with Bowman Chrome. But yeah, I have at least one more, maybe a couple more, Juan, of Immaculate. I'll have to dig around down there and check it out for sure, but there's one or two anyway. Joe, you're feeling like there's going to be a Shaq logo man tonight. Listen, I would love to see that. I'd love to see any logo man. It makes me very happy when we pull the good stuff like that. Like the NFL Shield, I love pulling that in football. I like pulling the Nike swoosh, logo man, any of that kind of stuff is a blast. So hopefully we'll find some of it tonight. And Kareem, yeah, hi Kareem, by the way. I think you probably jumped in there. I didn't notice that you had your comment in there, but I think you probably heard me cover how we were rolling there on Bowman Chrome. But if you didn't, it is right after we do this. And this won't take us too awfully long. But you know, I see one other thing I should have done that I didn't. Again, this is what happens when I take a week off. I need to get some of the thick card sleeves out here on the table. These are thicker cards than what we will find in Bowman Chrome. So bear with me here for one more second. And let's get some of that out here. All right. See, fortunately I keep all that stuff nearby so it doesn't take long to grab it, usually. All right, here we go. Let's see what we've got, kids. Maybe we're going to have some super good luck tonight, I hope. All right, so first up and numbered to 99 is Kevin Durant for the Golden State Warriors. That's our base card. We got to find one of those per box. Next up is Aaron Holiday and the Pacers. That's numbered to 49. You'll see there is a little bit of a chipping down there, I guess we'll call it, on the front lower corner. We'll actually find some of that chipping and edge wear throughout, which is unfortunately pretty common with these thicker cards. Here's a little Markelle Fultz. That is numbered to 5, and that's headed for your Orlando Magic there, Joe. I think you have the Magic, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you do. Next up, numbered to 99, it is Shane Battier for the Memphis Grizzlies with an autograph. A redemption coming up behind that. The redemptions we're going to leave actually face down until the end of the break. We'll flip them all over at one right after the other at the very end if we find additional, of course. And then we will go to the Panini website, check them out, find out what they're numbered to and all that kind of jazz. Oh, that's nice for the Mavericks. A little Porzingis, a little Kristaps in there, numbered to 35. Not too shabby. For Dallas, once again, we got a little edge and corner wear that you see down there. You all thought that was Luka. You saw the Mavericks. You were thinking Luka. I know, right? Would be nice. Or you mean the redemption? I don't know who's on the redemption. I didn't look at it. I keep myself in suspense too. I kind of like waiting until the end for that, so I don't look at them either. Numbered to 99, the Pistons, we have Reggie Jackson for our base card. Next up, numbered to 49, that's Dennis Schroeder for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Following it, numbered to 25, the Philadelphia 76ers. Brooklyn Nets are coming up next with Musa. That is numbered to 10 for Brooklyn. Oh, we've got a little throwback coming here. You can tell by the picture. Artis Gilmore. It is numbered to 99. This is the former Kentucky Colonels. Problem down there, lower right. And I don't know that the Colonels became anybody else when the ABA folded and we went to the NBA. If the Colonels became something else, that card would stay with the franchise, go to the current name and location of that franchise. If they did not, which I kind of think they didn't, then Artis Gilmore would go to the team he played for the longest in the NBA. So we'll be checking that out at the end of the break as well. For the Spurs, you've got LaMarcus Aldridge and Lonnie Walker paired up with autographs on this one. And looks like we are numbered to 49 on the dual autograph hit for the Spurs. 2 boxes down, 3 to go. Jeffrey, you said that Luka is one of the few redemptions in this. So yeah, I mean, that could be. The redemption could be him. You never know. Numbered to 35, it's Bradley Beal for the Washington Wizards. A relic for Jrue Holiday to 49. That is for New Orleans. And we've got a little, minor corner stuff on both front and back. Nothing major on it, but minor. Pacers hit again. Danny Granger. Nice big relic, numbered to 25 for Indiana. Behind that is Elfrid Payton, Pelicans, numbered to 49. And I think that might be a little thick to go in this, so bear with me here for a second. Let me see if I can grab something that'll work. Now we're going to go to a plan B for that one. It may have something thicker it can go in ultimately, but for right now, we want to keep Elfrid all nice and happy. So we're going to put him in this little box and kind of suction him in there with a sleeve on the top and the bottom of the card inside the case, which will make it look a little fuzzy in there as a result, but safe anyway. For the Magic, it is Mo Bamba, numbered 225. Yeah, Kareem is saying he played the longest for the Bulls, Artis Gilmore. Right, but again, I've just got to double check and see whether or not the Colonels became another team, because if they did, of course, it would go to the franchise that the Colonels became. I don't believe that they became another franchise, but again, we'll check it out. Marvin Bagley and the Kings. That is numbered to 99. I think the Kentucky Colonels folded when the ABA folded. I don't think they went on to an NBA team, but we'll make certain before it's all said and done here. Ooh, that landed right on one of those 10s. Sorry. To 99, Dennis Schroeder, Oklahoma City Thunder, is our base card. Here come the Lakers. The Lakers are numbered to 49 with Kyle Kuzma. The Phoenix Suns numbered to 99, DeAndre Ayton. Then we have Danny Green for the Raptors. That is numbered to 99 for Toronto. Little chipping there, lower left on the back. The Pistons. And the Pistons, numbered to 99 as well, have Mark Aguirre. Here it comes, baby. Phoenix Suns and Charles Barkley. Numbered to 34, numbered to the uniform. Charles Barkley is a pretty sweet little hit. I want to say this. I think we pulled a Charles Barkley out of another case of this as well. I believe this is our second Sir Charles. Not out of this case, obviously, but out of Immaculate in general. Oh, for sure, Kareem. Yeah, man, I always appreciate that. I just, you know me, I'm a nerd. I always go check it out, make sure that I'm giving you the right information on those kinds of cards before we wrap up any breaks so that there's nothing left to chance out there. So, but for sure, always appreciate the help, man, for sure. Next up is Jimmy Butler to 25 for the Philadelphia 76ers. That's our base. The Miami Heat, Hassan Whiteside to 99. Got another really thick card here, and this is Dwayne Wade. We've got a little piece of the sneaker there. Soul of the Game, of course, is our card set for this one. It's numbered to 16. Very thick little guy as well. I think he should, yeah, he'll go in that. Put him in the same case for the time being. Keep him nice and safe until we can get him delivered to whoever has the Miami Heat. Next up, the Bulls and Horace Grant, numbered to 99. Seattle Supersonics. The Supersonics of old are the Oklahoma City Thunder of today. So that is numbered to 25, and Nate McMillan goes to the Supersonics. He's also going to have a separate case. And then there's Karis LeVert to 25 for the Nets. And let me see if I've got another little case, because I only brought in 2. So let me go grab one for the Supersonics / Thunder. We've got our redemption to flip over still yet, of course. And then I'll do our homework there on Artis Gilmore, although Kareem has been kind enough to give us the info in chat. You know me, being the way that I am, I always verify all that stuff. Even when we all know it, I still always go check it out. So got a little housekeeping to do, and then we'll do some recapping. First things first. Our redemption is Chris Paul. Shadowbox Signatures is our card set. So let's get ourselves on over here to the Panini website. and check it out. I kind of figured we'd hit something, so I had everything but the card set up since I didn't know what that was going to be. Well, where am I? There we go. Card number 39 is Chris Paul. What just happened there? Crazy. Card number 39, Chris Paul for the Rockets is number 249 when you get it. So nice little hit for Houston on the redemption. Next up, I'm going to do a little looking up here of Mr. Artis Gilmore. So bear with me here for a second, and we'll get all this checked out. Although I'm quite sure that Kareem is right in the information that he gave us. I'm like almost positive that he is, but we're still just going to, you know, look it up because that's how I roll. Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. Yep. All right. So there we go. So that is correct. It is what I thought, and what Kareem confirmed earlier is that the Kentucky Colonels were members of the ABA. They folded when the NBA came along. So that means the Colonels, the team on the card, is not relevant to what we're doing since they did not become an NBA team after the merger of the two, which means that we're going to have to go to the team that Artis Gilmore played for the longest. So I'm going to look that up here very quickly. I'm sure once again that Kareem is correct on that. I do believe it is going to be the Bulls, but we are going to pull it up and check it out. Is he in the Hall of Fame, by the way? Artis Gilmore. You know, you hear about him all the time, but I don't know if he is or not. All right, let's see here. We had, it looks like 7 seasons with the Bulls. Of course, the ones with the Colonels, they don't matter because they were ABA and they didn't become an NBA team. Looks like we had 5 seasons with the Spurs, 1 with the Celtics. So for sure, the Bulls are the big winner there as the team that Artis played for the longest. So to recap, Artis Gilmore going to the Bulls for all the reasons there that I just pointed out. The Rockets have a Chris Paul redemption, will be numbered to 49 when you get it. Sweet little Charles Barkley to 34. Sir Charles out for the Phoenix Suns. Numbered to 99, another one for the Suns with DeAndre Ayton. Musa to 10 for the Nets. Numbered to 25, you have a hit for the 76ers with Tobias Harris. Number to 49, the Thunder and Dennis Schroeder. The Dallas Mavericks hit Kristaps Porzingis to 35. Next up, you've got a little Shane Battier for the Grizzlies. The Orlando Magic, numbered to 5, is Markelle Fultz. And there's Aaron Holiday for the Pacers. Part 1 of the recap. Part 2 coming now. Coming at you now. Karis LeVert for the Nets. For the Bulls, Horace Grant. For the Miami Heat, Hassan Whiteside. The Detroit Pistons, Mark Aguirre. Danny Green for the Raptors. The Lakers have Kyle Kuzma. Then you've got Marvin Bagley for the Kings. Nola and Jrue Holiday. Nice dual signature for the Spurs with LaMarcus Aldridge and Lonnie Walker. The Orlando Magic with Mo Bamba. And the Pacers with Danny Granger. Then our super thick cards. And these look a little weird because they're in a case, and then I also have a sleeve on top and bottom of each. Nate McMillan, Supersonics, of course, former Seattle Supersonics, current Oklahoma City Thunder, so that's where that goes. The Miami Heat with Dwayne Wade, and that line there is just simply because I don't have the sleeve in there 100% accurately. It must have moved around on me a little bit when I was closing it up because it's slightly wider than fits exactly in the space. There we go. It's lined up a little better now. And Elfrid Payton for the Pelicans. So that is Immaculate Basketball, signed, sealed, and delivered. We are next going to head into Bowman Chrome Baseball. So let's get our spreadsheet info back up here again. Take a little look at some Bowman Chrome. Apparently I also managed to hit the camera somewhere along the way and all that. Let's get this back up and running. Okay, so here's the deal. What we're opening tonight should be out the door and on the way to you approximately Thursday. And as always, sometimes I get things out sooner, and when it is possible to do so, I absolutely will. Occasionally something goes out later than planned if something unexpected happens. But assuming we stay the course, you should see it on the way to you on or before Thursday. Everybody's going to hit cards in Chrome, so we don't need to worry about consolation cards there. If, however, you got skunked in the last break, Immaculate Basketball, and you did not hit a single thing, not a base card or anything else, you will still get a consolation card or cards in the mail, and they will ship out when the rest of the break goes, since it is a paid shipping break. All of the teams got paid for in here, so we're ready to rock right on through. This is a 12-box case of Bowman Chrome Baseball. This is break number 9. And again, ended on eBay tonight, the same night we're breaking it, Monday night, the 4th of November. Team names on the left-hand side, winning bidders across from on the right-hand side. I think this is the last case of regular Bowman Chrome that I have. We may have some HTA Bowman Chrome. I think I have some regular Bowman, not Bowman Chrome, but straight up Bowman. I think I have some of that left. But I think this is the last of the regular Bowman Chrome, although I wouldn't swear to it. Could be another case of it hiding around somewhere, but if this isn't the last, it's close to the last. Everything else will either be HTA or regular Bowman, not Chrome. But we'll keep going till we eventually get it all broken. Unless I ultimately sell some to the card store, which I do every once in a while. But I like Bowman a lot, so I tend to break most of the Bowman. Every once in a while they'll talk me out of a little bit of it. But not too often. So, in Bowman Chrome, we've got 2 mini boxes inside of each of our master boxes. So the first thing I'm going to do is get all of the mini boxes out of the master boxes. There's a lot of packaging to deal with, and I prefer just to kind of get through most of the packaging right up front, and then that makes things a little more efficient once we start breaking. We don't have to delay our gratification quite as long. Each one of our mini boxes will have an autograph in it. So that means we're looking for 2 autographs per master box for a total of 24 in the break. Of course, we'll have 24 mini boxes in here. Typically, we'll also find a case hit somewhere along the way that'll be a relic. And usually we find that, I'll say usually, because, you know, sometimes every once in a while they'll mess you up and you won't get something you're expecting, or you'll get more of something than you're expecting, but in general, we'll probably find one somewhere in this case. And JC, yes, hi JC, we have broken Immaculate already. We just finished it up a minute ago, and that's got us here into Bowman Chrome at the moment, which is our second break of the night. And thank you, Mickey, for answering that. It looks like I appreciate you always jumping in there and helping me out. Kareem, you broke 6 cases of Chrome Hobby, 4 cases of HTA, and you've yet to see the Tatis Vlad Alonso rookie card autograph pulled. Hey, maybe we'll get it tonight, now that it's out there in the universe, right? Be nice. It would be very nice. I have pulled... We've definitely pulled an Alonso autograph out of here. I think we've pulled a Vlad out of here, out of one of our breaks. I don't remember if we've pulled a Tatis or not, but I'm fairly certain that we've pulled Alonso, and I'm fairly certain that we have pulled Vlad. In fact, I think we pulled Vlad out of the last case we did of this, didn't we? Pretty sure we did. Oh, well, you could be right. It might have had a relic paired with it. I cannot recall on that. If the Alonso was a relic autograph pairing or just a straight autograph, you might be right. It could have been paired with a relic. Not certain. I don't remember from case to case, unfortunately. I see so many cards between breaking and shipping, and like I'm old, so my brain doesn't retain things. That's the long and short of it. Plus, I was just on vacation for a week. I didn't do any breaks for a week, so that definitely put my brain in neutral. You said you just want to see it happen, even if it doesn't go to you. I know. Let's hope we do. I'm trying to remember if we've pulled a Tatis auto out of any of these. Honestly, I don't remember, because this is pretty spread out. You know, we broke a bit of it pretty quickly after it released, and then I've just been every once in a while working them in since we went through that first initial rush. So some of this has been a while back that we broke. But yeah, it can be difficult to pull some of the big hits of current rookies. Obviously, some of the prospects, we have some idea of who we expect to be big hits, but occasionally down the road we find out that really somebody else is the bigger hit than what we might think at the time we do the break. So that's what makes Bowman fun. Prospecting. Oh, well, you do have the Mets and the Padres. All right, then. All right, then we need to try to get you something, one of those two maybe, for your Mets and your Padres. What do you say? Let's go for it. All right, all of our mini boxes are out and ready to rock, so the worst of the packaging is done. From here on out, it gets easier. Just a matter of going through our packs in each mini box. And once again, we're expecting to find one autograph card per mini box. We're going to find some parallels, numbered cards, various things along the way too. And as we go through the first mini box here, or maybe even the first couple, depending on what we find, I'll talk a bit more about what we're seeing. As we go through subsequent boxes, if it's not numbered or in some way autographed, whatever, we might go a little faster, but we always go a bit slower just to get started. So our first hit is Jonathan Machado out for the St. Louis Cardinals. Our autograph came up pretty quickly out of mini box number 1. We'll find plenty of these stat trackers. That entire insert series does refract, but they are not numbered. Now, if we come across one that is numbered, of course, I'm going to point that out. But otherwise, if you just see it and I keep going, you know it's not numbered. Ditto with Elite Farmhands. The entire insert series does refract. They are typically unnumbered cards. And same thing here when we have our Arizona Fall League cards. They are generally not numbered, except when we get lucky and one of them is an atomic refractor, which happens to be Estevan Florial. And that is headed to the New York Yankees. And our atomic refractors are numbered to 150. So good, we found a lot in the first box. Another stat tracker. And this is a base refractor, so refracts, but no color on it. Those are going to be numbered to 499, whether they're autographed or whether they are not. Those base refractors to 499. Casey Mize, of course, your number 1 overall draft pick. That one for Detroit, the Tigers. Now, we have not done a break since the World Series ended, because I took that little span of 7 days off from breaking. But how crazy was that? I know it's kind of old news right now, right? But it was just insane. I don't think there will ever be another World Series where a home team never wins a game. I mean, honestly, after the first 2 games, I'm thinking, wow, World Series, no way is it going to go to 7 games. Nationals are going to go back home. They're going to win. World Series is going to be done over the weekend. But no, get all the way back to Houston. Then I think, well, there's no way they're going to win 2 in Houston. Now that Houston's got the 3-2 lead. And by golly, can you even believe that was crazy. Crazy, crazy. Mickey says, you need a miracle to pull a Pirates hit in this. They don't have a lot on the checklist. Well, let's try to find one for you then. All right, we'll do our best. The Yankees, meanwhile, have a hit. This is Isaiah Gilliam. Stat tracker. But as most of you know, I kind of wanted the Nationals to win primarily because, you know, I like the underdogs. If my team's not in, which, let's face it, you're not going to see the Reds in the World Series anytime soon, I kind of go for the underdogs. Purple are to 250. If we find some purple shimmer, those will not be numbered, but when they are purple without the shimmer, they are numbered. That was numbered to 250 for the Diamondbacks with John Duplantier. So, yeah, I can't believe the Nats won. I'm kind of glad they did, though. Not that I have anything against the Astros. I don't. But I just like the underdogs, and it was such a, you know, good story. I'm glad they won. But I am super surprised that it went to 7 games. Super surprised. For the Diamondbacks, Christian Robinson to 250 with the purple parallel. They were some good games to watch. Mostly. Now, there were a couple of games that were just like stupid blowouts that were not fun to watch. The others were pretty good to watch. Donovan says, how was my time off? It was good. It was really nice. Spent some time with family. We hung out with some of our friends. We took a quick little trip for a couple of days as well. And it was really nice. And I held to my promise that I wouldn't be on the computer. I did really well. I actually said I wouldn't get on there past probably Sunday or maybe Monday, and I think I did mostly finish up on Monday, and then I didn't jump on again until Sunday night, which I wasn't sure I'd be able to hold out and do, but I did, so that was good too. But yeah, it was nice. It's been, gosh, probably 2 or 3 years since I've done that, so good little break. To 250, Manny Machado, purple parallel for the Padres. And we got a lot of purple tonight. To 250 for the Miami Marlins, you see Mr. Sanchez. Our autograph hit is for the Blue Jays, Leonardo Jimenez. For Toronto. Don't pull him a whole lot out of here, so a little change of pace for the Blue Jays, I guess, as far as that sort of thing goes. That was a Pete Alonso, but it was just the Arizona Fall League. So Arizona Fall League alumni, these are technically not numbered, and they're not even technically case hits. However, we do tend to only pull 1 or 2 per case generally. So I usually set them aside and we recap them. That one, of course, was for the Cardinals and Albert Pujols. Kareem, you said you were selfishly pulling for the Nats because you have a decent stash of Soto and Robles Bowman autographs. Hey, that's a good reason to be for the Nats, man. So what has it done to the value? Has it helped your value a lot? Hopefully it has on those. So Kareem, we ship all the cards in this break. So anything that you see go by that's for your team, you're gonna get it. There are some breaks where I don't ship the base, or maybe the base has a separate bidding category or something like that, which is usually if I don't ship it, it does have a separate bidding category. And whenever that's the case, I will always make note of that in the listing description. So anytime you're looking for that info, if you scroll down kind of to the middle of the listing, or maybe more in the upper third probably than the middle, the Detroit Tigers have Wenceel Perez for our autograph. So in the spot where it talks about the quantity and the date of the break, the time of the break, the name of the product, all that stuff, that is always where I will make a note if there is any variation, like base doesn't ship or veteran base doesn't ship, or whatever the case may be. So in the absence of any note stating otherwise, then you'll know it is all card shipping, which is the case here. Base and everything. Acuna, that is a refractor for the Braves. I think it is an image variation short print as well, I believe. I don't think that is a standard, or maybe it is the standard image for him, but I think it might be an image variation. Regardless, it is a refractor to $4.99. Acuna and the Braves. And there's our first purple shimmer. So as I mentioned earlier, the shimmer are not numbered. That's Jarred Kelenic. Nice little guy for the Mariners. At least we think he's going to be. We think he's going to be pretty nice. I expect he will be. You said Soto's card values have skyrocketed. Yeah, I'm not surprised. He really, really played well for most of the World Series. I mean, he came through in some really big moments, and the kid is so young. It's still amazing to think about the fact that he just turned 21 during the World Series. I mean, it's just incredible. Well, true, Robles. Well, Robles didn't. You said he had a bad series. I mean, it wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. I mean, he had some moments in there too, I thought. Red Hot Breaks, you said for the Giants, you only want the autographs and color. You don't want the base. Would you do me a favor, sir, and email that to me? Just drop me a little message in eBay messages and remind me of that, because what happens is I get on autopilot when I'm shipping, and I will just sort and ship, and it will go out the door, and I will not remember that, I'm afraid. Jake Cave for the Minnesota Twins is our autograph. But if you would be so kind as to just drop me a quick little reminder, just telling me that's all you want is base and color, then I will print that out and I'll put it with the card so that there's, will serve as my reminder for my poor old brain. Number to 150, that is Corbin Burns, Milwaukee Brewers. First blue parallel that we've seen tonight. Cal Quantrill, 499, base refractor, Padres. And another purple shimmer, which of course means unnumbered. This is the Yankees with Michael King. All right, that mini box locked and loaded. Thank you very much, Red Hot Breaks. I appreciate you. I know what you mean about having plenty of base, too. I mean, my gosh, this place is overrun. Like, my collection is in such disarray. I don't even have half my stuff sorted. Things will just come in from breaks, and I just kind of mentally check it off, and if it's not got something I have an immediate need for, I just kind of throw it into a stack, and then I've got huge stacks that I need to sort and do something with, and I understand. I often do the same thing if I'm in a break. I'm like, no, don't send me the base. Please don't send me the base. Toronto Blue Jays with Miguel Geraldo. In fact, I have got to take a bunch and donate some. I need to go to like the Children's Hospital and donate a bunch of cards, actually. Get that done sometime in the next month or two and clear out a little space, which I will promptly fill up again with other cards. Because that's just how I am. It's terrible. Purple Shimmer, Indians, Brian Rocio. Kareem says Geraldo is going to be a good one. I don't know very much about him. I have not really heard much about him, nor have I seen a scouting report on him. So that's good to know that he's on, looks like he's on the uptick. I mean, I keep up with probably, I don't know, 75% of the prospects I keep up with on a semi-regular basis. But then there's like 25% of them I kind of don't. Like I do eventually, but maybe not early on. So good to know that he's looking like he might turn out to be something. To 150, a blue parallel for the Orioles. That's Ryan McKenna. For Baltimore, Kansas City Royals. You know we're not going to get out of here without pulling some Royals cards. And Bowman. That is Jeffrey Del Rosario. And what else we got in here? So the question now is going to be, how much money are some of these guys going to get? Like Garrett Cole, for instance. Like, what do you think Garrett Cole's going to get? What kind of contract is he going to get? I mean, it's going to be outrageous. So the guy for the Blue Jays is playing second base right now, but you think he'll end up in left field? All right. But a good bat? All right. $300 million contract, 5 years, $160 million is what PG Card says. They're not going to be, oh, he says there are going to be no $300 million contracts this year. Gotcha. Kareem's saying $300 million. PG Card's saying there won't be any $300 million. You think he's going to get 5 years, $160 million because he's 32. See, that's the thing about him, isn't it? Because he is older, but honestly, did you not think he looked better this year than he's looked in his entire career? I think he looked really, really good. I mean, what did he have? A streak of 19 wins or something until he lost there in the World Series towards the end. There's a nice one for the Mariners to 499, little Noel V. Marte. So even though he's older, he looked awfully, awfully good. And I think somebody's going to pay him. Ian Kinsler, Padres to 499. Well, I mean, we know somebody's going to pay him. But I mean, I think somebody might overpay him. Dare I say overpay? But yeah, overpay perhaps. Christian Stewart, Detroit Tigers. That is an image variation short print. Typically find one of those per case, and that is it, which means the Acuna I came across earlier was just the base refractor, not an image variation. Our first gold of the night is the Pirates. So, Mickey, you got a little gold action coming your way. Gold shimmer to 50 with Dion Stafford. Headed to the Pittsburgh Pirates. Oh, Kareem, that Marte is yours? Nice. Nice, nice. Yeah, red hot breaks. The Pirates have made some moves that are kind of head-scratching, aren't they? And you're right. I mean, Garrett Cole could have very easily still been there under team control with the Pirates, but they made some interesting moves. He's just one of many that I kind of thought for a minute they had become the Cincinnati Reds, who I think are famous for making moves like that. So, I don't know. And our case hit. It is Nate Lowe and an orange case hit. My favorite kind. Numbered to 25, we've got a relic and autograph pairing. Had to get a little different sleeve out there. And orange to 25 for the Tampa Bay Rays. So you guys don't think that he's going to get, that nobody will give Gerrit Cole a 6 or 7 year deal. And if that's true, then you're right. He's not going to touch that amount of money, because that amount of money would be, I think, for a much longer term deal, obviously. Purple Shimmer, Cardinals, Austin Warner. But you still got to figure he's going to get handsomely paid. Oh, yeah, you're right. Rendon is going to be stupid money is right. It's numbered to 99. There's another Perez for the Tigers. Yeah, Rendon had an incredibly good World Series, and, you know, he's kind of like the quiet guy, the unsung hero, if you will. But, man, did he pick the right time to really shine. Going into a free agency year, just blew it apart in the World Series, and you are correct. He is going to get, as you say, stupid money. And you know who else is going to get stupid money? Boris, the agent. Because hasn't he got, like, almost everybody that's going to be a big-time free agent this year? I think he represents all of them, pretty much. Represents, like, half the team on the Nationals and half the team on the Astros. So, yeah, I'm going to tell you who's going to be rich is going to be the agent. You think Rendon will go to the Angels? You know what? That would be intriguing. That would be a nice match, actually. But do you think the Angels will pony up? For the Yankees, Garrett Whitlock. PG Card says he won't put butts in the seats like Harper did. Well, you're not wrong about that. To 499, Justice Sheffield for the Mariners. But I will say this, along about now, the Nationals probably don't care about butts in the seats too much because they just won the World Series. So that'll put butts in the seats, and, of course, Rendon a good part of that, but I doubt they will be able to retain everybody, so I'm sure that he will probably end up going elsewhere. But it is a tough balancing act, to your point. You know, paying the superstars, the ones that do get the press and bring in the butts in the seats, as you say. Bo Bichette, a little Purple Shimmer, Blue Jays. Versus, do you pay the guys like Rendon who help you win the World Series but aren't the flashy kind of guys? So Scott Boras has Cole and Strasburg. I thought he had somebody else, too, besides just Cole. And he's got Cole, Strasburg, Rendon, and I thought he had another one or two. I think he has several that are free agent big ones this year. I thought he did. Maybe not. You heard a rumor that Cole is going to the Angels. Really? Huh. Well, they could use him. That is for sure. The Indians with Brian Rocio. Yeah, the Angels could definitely use the help if they're going to spend the money. Because, you know, it's criminal that Mike Trout doesn't end up in the World Series every year. I mean, best guy in baseball. Doesn't get to the playoffs. Doesn't get to the World Series. The Mets to 499, Hansel Moreno. But of course, you know, think about Bryce Harper, because everybody, you know, always going to think about Bryce Harper and Mike Trout together. And Bryce Harper, another guy who just couldn't seem to get over the hump there with the Nationals in the first year that he's gone. The Nationals win the World Series. You know that has got to burn, right? I mean, that has got to sting that they not only advance in the playoffs, but win the whole thing the year after they get rid of him. Of course, the Angels and Mike Trout are not going to part ways. He already saw to that. Got that done. I see a little orange, and it is orange for our Blue Jays again. So orange, of course, numbered to 25. Toronto with an Aurelvis Martinez orange parallel autograph. Well, I think it's going to be interesting to see how it all shakes out. The Twins to 150. Royce Lewis. I mean, I hope we don't have a repeat of last year where, you know, Keuchel and Kimbrel and all those guys are setting till the middle of the season. I hope we don't have any of that crap going on this year. Although none of these guys would have draft picks attached to them, would they, at this point? So maybe we won't. To 99, Bobby Dalbec. Green for the Red Sox. You said the Angels, hang on a minute, I lost what that said. The Angels owner has already committed to add massive payroll. Okay. I did not know that. I hadn't seen that comment, so. You know, I mean, Harper does have some injuries, for sure, he does, but I don't know that he's, I mean, I wouldn't really say that that's what kept him from getting where he needed to be. I mean, maybe, but I don't know. Ooh, we're rolling tonight, kids. We've got ourselves a gold parallel to 50 with Pineda. Israel Pineda for the Nationals. Kind of digging this case at the moment. We still got a ways to go yet, so lots more to find. Green, Michael Kopech, 99. Chicago White Sox, speaking of injuries. I saw the Mets hired, oh, good grief, I just blanked on his name. What's his head as the manager? Former player, Carlos Beltran, got hired as the Mets' new manager. To $4.99 for the Rangers, Hans Krause. That is a base refractor. PG card said our orange hit a moment ago is a 4-digit card. I would not have thought that much. I would have thought, honestly, about half that. So I'm a little off on my valuation on that one. So if that is, if that's $1,000 card, all right, that's awesome. Because I would have thought maybe $500-600. So I'm off the mark a bit. For the Jays. I know, I noticed that too, PG, that Didi Gregorius wasn't tendered by the Yankees, and I don't really know why. I was a bit surprised by that. I would have thought they would have been more interested in hanging on to him. Kareem says it is time for a Tatis red autograph. All right, man. Let's try and do it. That'd be awesome, wouldn't it? You think if that card could approach 2,000 or 3,000 if it grades well? Well, nice. Here's hoping. Cam Roner for the Milwaukee Brewers. Yeah, I was definitely off on my valuation for that then. Quite a bit off. Kansas City Royals, Billy Hamilton to 150 in the blue parallel. Somebody jumped ship on me here. Base card for Mr. Yelich there in the Brewers. Doesn't appear to be any worse for the wear, but he did jump ship on me there for a second. Try to get on his other pile. Speaking of red, how about we have some? This one's not autographed, but any day you find red is a good day because that's numbered to 5. This is the Cubbies, Aramis Ademan. Numbered to 5, our red parallel for Chicago. I'm liking this case more and more as we go. All right. Keep on trucking. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 mini boxes left to go. Not counting the one that's coming out of the wrappers. Count it, 10. So we still got a lot of fun to have here. Got a lot more to find. And what my experience has been so far in opening Bowman Chrome is that if you're in a pretty good case, it usually continues on to be a pretty good case. So you don't have like a so-so case. It's either a case or a woohoo case this year. It seemed to be much middle ground. Alexander Canario for San Francisco Giants. At least that's been my experience thus far. I haven't seen many what I would call middle-of-the-road cases in Bowman Chrome for whatever reason. You know, like where you have a bunch of hits and then 1 or 2 really good ones. It's either a whole case of or the majority of a case of yeah. So I think we're in yeah right now. Look, my Cincinnati Reds get a hit. Base refractor to 499 with Tony. Reds haven't had much come out lately. We haven't hit Perdomo yet. I'd like to hit Perdomo. We do hit him semi-regularly. In fact, I would say more than half the cases we hit Perdomo. I would say maybe 60-70%, as a matter of fact. Don't hit Seth Beer a lot. Nova, probably middle of the road. Noelvi. Now, Noelvi, we had one case where we hit Noelvi repeatedly in various variations. Various variations. Didn't come out right, did it? For the Twins, there's Jorge Alcala. And it was crazy. I want to say we hit Noelvi autographed 2, maybe 3 times in that case. And then we had some color for him as well. So again, some of these cases just come out absolutely loaded, blow it apart. But you never know, obviously, which one's going to be. But we have seen it happen. And he is one that we really cleaned up on pretty recently. PG, you said the 2 orange on eBay or Elvis on eBay are listed at $3,000 or higher. Well, nice. Cincinnati Reds, Purple Shimmer. There's Tony again, but not numbered, of course, on Purple Shimmer. Mickey says it'd even be in a better case with a Pirates autograph. Well, hey, at least we got you that Pirate Gold, you know. So you got that to 50, even though we haven't hit you an autograph yet. That's not too bad. You think Perdomo's going to end up at third base? You know, I don't even hardly guess anymore because it seems like every time I think I know where somebody's going to play, when they get called up, they end up invariably moving around. The Yankees and Michael King. So I don't even call it anymore because it's, see, and of course these days, just in general, players are moving around a lot more than they used to. A lot more functional in that regard. Stick, Chris Bryant out in the outfield and whatnot here and there when you need to, sort of mentality. There's an orange shimmer for Ryan McKenna and the Orioles. Hey, how about Vlad Jr.? Base refractor to 499. Blue Jays already having a pretty good night. Why not just add another little bit to it there? I mean, it's only to 499, but still, right? We'll take it. Take what we can get. PG, you are right. The Diamondbacks do like to trade their guys, and they have gotten rid of an extraordinary amount of talent. A lot like my Cincinnati Reds in that regard. Although the Reds will play them for a while and then just not want to pay them when they're getting ready to hit their payday. They trade them. Diamondbacks are just as likely to trade a prospect as they are, a good prospect, as they are their regular called up full-time players. So yeah, I agree with you. Diamondbacks can be a little dicey in that regard. Feltman to 499 for the Red Sox. Durbin Feltman. So there are definitely teams that are like that for sure. And sometimes works out for them, and a lot of times it doesn't. Witness the Pirates and Chris Archer and the Pirates, and name a whole bunch of other people. Name about anybody you want, and you can add the Pirates name in front of it somewhere along the way. A green shimmer to 99, Milwaukee Brewers, Quentin Torres Costa. All right, we've got 6 mini boxes left, which is the equivalent of 3 master boxes. I had forgotten about that Scherzer was originally a Diamondback. I had forgotten all about that, as a matter of fact. You said your Tigers did well in the trade. Yeah, I mean, for sure, there have been some bad trades. Dansby Swanson, as you note there, yeah. Here come the Houston Astros with Brian Abreu. That is purple to 250. It's our autograph out of this mini box. There's our other Arizona Fall League alumni. This is Greg Bird and the Yankees. Billy Hamilton to 499, Kansas City Royals. So the Braves cut him. Poor Billy Hamilton has a hard time sticking with the team after he got cut by the Reds. Because really, he's kind of terrible at the plate. But man, does he play defense. I mean, you're not going to find a better outfielder if the guy could just hit the ball. And he's fast. I mean, the Braves brought him in solely to be a pinch base runner for the postseason run. Yankees purple shimmer Gill. But he just can't stick anywhere because he's not very good at the plate. The guy just needs to get focused. I don't know if Dominguez will have cards in Elite Extra Edition. I mean, maybe. Panini does have a tendency to really be aggressive on the prospects for Elite Extra Edition. Well, in general, but they do often have some of the hotter prospects in a higher quantity, maybe is the way to say it, than sometimes you'll see from Bowman in the early returns. The Washington Nationals hit with Augustin. That is Talmito Augustin. Oh, you guys are debating the merits of Dansby Swanson. He's not as good as I think everybody thought he was going to be, that's for sure. To 99 Castellanos for the Tigers on that card. But I don't know. I mean, I think Dansby's not bad. I mean, he's not a world beater, but I don't certainly think he's terrible. He's all right. Tigers and Miguel Cabrera. That is purple to 250. Purple Shimmer, Phillies, Garcia. Luis here not numbered since he is the Shimmer version. Now we're down to 4 mini boxes, which means the equivalent of 2 master boxes left. Red Hot Breaks, you were a Pirates season ticket holder for a while, and then you gave up on it. I don't blame you, man. I mean, like, it's hard. It's hard to pay the money for season tickets and go sit in the stands and watch the games when the product on the field is really just not great. It's hard to do. I mean, even when you're a fan, it's like there's a point where you just go, yeah, okay, I'll save that money and I'll watch it on the big screen or whatever, because it can be rough. You're curious to see how the Padres will handle the off season. I think the Padres look... I mean, honestly, I thought the Padres would be better than they were this last season, but they look like they're in decent shape. They need to make a few moves, but nothing that I would say is going to be huge. The Rockies, and I'm not familiar with this particular guy, Terrin Vavra? I don't know which way you say it. Not familiar with him, but first hit tonight, I think, for the Rockies, as far as autographs go. Phillies, Rhys Hoskins. How about a little gold action to 50 for Philadelphia? Speaking of guys who haven't quite lived up to what we thought they would be. To 499, here come the Oakland A's, Blake Treinen, base refractor. Yeah, I mean, you're right. They do need pitching, the Padres. I'm not going to disagree with that, but I don't know. I hope they kind of don't go out and spend $1 zillion on somebody else like they did with Manny, who frankly kind of did not have a great season, in my opinion. To 250, Alejandro Kirk, purple, Blue Jays. Cole Hamels wants to end his career as a Padre, you said. Cole Hamels was another one that I know he was injured and had some time and whatnot, but he didn't have a great season either. So, you know. Tigers were talking about sending Matt Boyd to the Padres. I don't know. I wouldn't be. I don't dislike Matt Boyd, but I also don't know that I'd give up the farm for Matt Boyd, but that's just me, so I don't know. You just never know what motivates somebody to want to trade someone else or what motivates somebody to ask to be traded. Leonardo Jimenez, 499. Base refractor, Blue Jays. But I always find it interesting. That's my favorite part, is the trading. It's not my favorite part, but it's one of my favorite parts. I love all the trading in baseball and football. It's not too exciting in basketball, but usually this year is a little more active with Anthony Davis and Kevin Durant and a few moving around. Yamamoto, Miami Marlins. I always look forward to trading season in Major League Baseball. Fun. Purple Shimmer, Mets, Newton. We have 2 mini boxes left, which is the equivalent of 1 final master box. So I'm going to go ahead and call it Last Box Mojo right here. So what Last Box Mojo means, even though in this case it's 2 mini boxes left, would be the last master box. It just means we kind of collectively focus our efforts. We hope to pull some absolute fire out of the last 2 mini boxes. We've already pulled some pretty nice cards tonight, but I don't see any reason we can't come up with a couple more, right? That's what I'm saying. Well, PG, I do agree with you. I think that Girardi might be a better fit for the Phillies in some regards, and that might help Rhys Hoskins. I don't disagree with you on that. Because he definitely struggled, I thought, this year versus what everybody expected, or maybe what I expected anyway. Grant Levine, 499, base refractor, Rockies. And I like Joe Girardi for the Phillies. I know some people were not a fan of that choice, but I think that will be a nice fit myself. Texas Rangers, Eli White. Next to last autograph that was. We'll still have one hanging out for us in that mini box that we'll get to in a hot second. All right, here comes last mini box mojo right now. Kareem says you've given up on hitting Tatis or Vlad or Pete Alonso autographs because they don't exist. I'm pretty sure we hit. I mean, I'm almost certain that we hit Vlad Guerrero Jr. out of a recent case of this, like maybe the last case or case before last. I'm just almost certain that we hit Vlad Guerrero Jr. out of those, and I think we hit an Alonso. But then you said the thing about was it paired with a relic, and then I couldn't remember. It might have been. I'm not sure about that. And I can't remember Tatis at all, if we've hit him or not. Maybe, but I couldn't tell you one way or another for sure. Mickey, the checklists, when they are put out by the manufacturer, should be 100% accurate. Now, of course, the services that take them and break them down into hits by teams, that's another matter. For the Yankees, it is Nick Green as our last autograph out for tonight. I would say that they are mostly correct on those services that take them and aggregate the hits into teams, but they're not always 100% perfect, but they're usually spot on. To 250, Dansby Swanson, purple, Braves. But the manufacturer ones, those should be 100% correct. But like any product, you're going to have more of some guys than you do of others. Whitlock, 499, base refractor, Yankees. And that is the end of this case of Bowman Chrome. But we're going to do a little recapping. So if you missed anything earlier, you want to get another look at it or whatever the case may be, now is your chance, because we're going to buzz through it again here. Yeah, Kareem says they're accurate, but the odds are crap. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's... You said Brendan Rodgers and the Gleyber Torres autos from 2017 Optic were in 2019. Were in 2019 Optic? Were they? I don't remember that. Red Hot Breaks wants to know if anybody got their first off the line flawless today. I did not order any first off the line flawless, so I cannot answer that. Greg Bird, this is Arizona Fall League alumni. They're technically not numbered. They're technically not case hits, but there are generally only 1 or 2 per case. Pujols and the Cardinals. So I always recap them for that reason. These are Purple Shimmer, meaning they are unnumbered, but still variations nonetheless. So they are set aside for the same reason, because they're a little different. We like to go over them. And here comes this stack. Anytime you see one that looks like this, a base refractor with no color, it's going to be to 499. When you see that nice purple color, it's to 250. The gold are to 50. Purple to 250. Green are to 99. So our green shimmer, green and green shimmer, both to 99, or each to 99, however you want to look at it. Red, we got lucky enough to find us a red tonight. The red ones are numbered to 5. That's headed to the Cubbies. Blue are to 150. Gold shimmer is to 50, same as regular gold when it comes to the numbered cards, each to 50. This is not numbered, but it is a refractor and it is a short print. Christian Stewart for the Tigers. And then, of course, again, our base purple that don't have the shimmer are all to 250. And then here's our case atomic refractor. It went to the Yankees. It's numbered to 150. Estevan Florial on the Arizona Fall League insert. Now, here comes the autograph. The Yankees, Nick Green. The Texas Rangers, Eli White. Yamamoto, Miami Marlins. Vavra for the Colorado Rockies. The Nationals, Augustin. Houston Astros, purple refractor to 250, Brian Abreu. Red Sox, base refractor to 499, Feltman. The Yankees with Michael King. The Twins, Jorge Alcala. San Francisco Giants, Canario. Then you have the Brewers with Cam Roner. The Nats to 50. Straight up 5-0, Israel Pineda. And then we have this beautiful little baby right here. That is orange to 25 with Relvis Martinez and the Blue Jays. The card that's worth more than I thought it was worth. Hey, learned something, didn't I? The Indians, Hiroshio. The Yankees, Whitlock. The case hit relic is Nate Lowe, also orange to 25 for the Tampa Bay Rays. That handsome-looking card is to 499. It's a base refractor autograph for the Mariners with Noel V. Marte. Kansas City Royals, Del Rosario. For the Blue Jays, Geraldo. For the Twins, your rookie Jake Cave. Detroit Tigers with Perez. Blue Jays again, Leonardo Jimenez. Gilliam for the Yankees, and we got things started tonight with the St. Louis Cardinals and Jonathan Machado. All right, I'm behind on chat. Let me see what's going on here with chat. Oh, Kareem, you don't like points cards and Panini. I know you guys have probably, some or all of you have heard me in the past perhaps go off on that points reward point program. I absolutely hate it. For those of you who did not catch this earlier, here's the 411 on shipping. I am expecting everything we open tonight to be on the way to you no later than Thursday, maybe on the way sooner than Thursday, but shouldn't be any later than that unless something extremely unexpected were to happen. Everybody pulled cards in Chrome, so we don't need to worry there about any sort of consolation. If, however, you were in Immaculate Basketball and you got skunked, you didn't pull a base card or any hit of any kind, then you will still get consolation card or cards in the mail. They will ship out when the rest of the break ships. All right, so that is all the news to use for that. Here's what's coming up in the days ahead. So tomorrow night, we're doing a half case of Leaf Autograph Mini Football Helmets, start of a new case. We're going to do a 9-box inner case of Triple Threads baseball, and a half case of Prism Draft Picks basketball will be the start of a new case. On Wednesday, Hoops basketball comes out, and that is, oh my gosh, it's got so many cards. We're going to fossilize before we get that break done, which is why we're going to start at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. It will take forever. Veteran Base does not ship to the teams in that break. It has a separate bidding category. Full details you can find in the listing description. On Thursday, we're going to do a master case of Phoenix football. That is simply 2 8-box cases in a larger box. That's what Panini calls a master case. So we're going to bust into 16 boxes of Phoenix football on Thursday night. Friday is the release day for Flawless basketball. We'll do a 1-box half case break of that, as well as a 12-box case of Prism football on Friday night. On Saturday, it'll be another early night. We'll start at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific, and we'll bust through the back half of that Hoops basketball that we start on Wednesday night. So that's what the days ahead look like. And yeah, I guess that's kind of got us covered for tonight. Let me make sure that I am caught up here on chat in case I missed any questions or anything like that. And, oh, Mickey says he's got to go drink the pain away. Oh, man, sorry. We did get you the gold one, though, so that kind of helps a little bit. But anyway, all right, guys and gals, that is it for me tonight. Thank you once again for being here. Always appreciate it. Hope that you have a fantastic week ahead. If I don't see you again tomorrow night, I hope I will see you soon. Take care. Bye now.